Dombroski's 0-2. And there it is. Strikeout number 103 for Trey Dombroski, and he stands alone, the Monmouth all-time strikeouts record.
It's draft preview week. JBS with some of the top draft prospects in New Jersey. We've got one of the top college pitchers, certainly in the country, let alone the state. It's Trey Dombroski from Monmouth, Wall Township, the Shore, trying to be the second in back-to-back years highly regarded pitcher from the Shore to be picked early in the draft. Shane Panzini was last year, but trade day was a big thing in the spring, and looks like either next Sunday, the 17th, or Monday, the 18th, is going to be maybe the biggest trade day of all. So welcome, Trey. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me on. I'm excited to, do this and excited to chat. I'm excited for this whole process, too.
Always. Right? This has got to be a crazy time for you, growing up as a huge baseball fan, huge Dodgers fan, because you didn't want to like the Mets or Yankees or Phillies. You wanted to, be traditional to Brooklyn. But, obviously a huge baseball fan from the early days, and now kind of got to be a little surreal knowing that things are going to change drastically for you in a week or so.
Yeah, it's a kid's dream, basically. I'm really excited for it. And, it's the process that I love the most because it makes me feel like a kid. And, growing up, like I said, I always wanted to play professional baseball. So it's kind of cool to see how the chips are falling and what's going to happen. So I'm really excited, but I'm even more excited for my family too. They're excited for me, and I can't wait to see how happy they are once it happens.
Definitely. I mean, obviously great family support, great internal support for, through the Monmouth family, through, everything. I guess in a time like this, just having that close network's got to be huge too.
Yeah, absolutely. And the support that comes from Wall and kind of like the local towns is unbelievable. That's one thing that's very good about Wall is that everybody supports everyone. And, it was funny when me and Volpe played, our whole coaching staff came out, and that meant a lot to us because we knew we had support at the end of the day. And there's a lot more people pulling for us than we think. So it's surreal.
So you brought Volpe up. Wall legend like yourself, Johnny Volpe, down in the Appalachian League this summer. And, we did kind of make a big thing of playing against him for the first time. And he took you deep. That whole day had to have been a weird, I don't know, how you can describe the feeling from that.
Yeah. It was so different because I've never played a team where I basically knew every kid personally. Yeah. I've hung out with those Rider guys before because I'm best friends with Johnny. So
yeah,
starting that game was a little weird at the end of the day because I was it almost feels like I'm doing live at bats right now. It almost felt like we were just at a park playing a game instead of it actually being a college game like that. That's what made it really cool, but definitely different because I knew everyone so personally, and 1 through 9, I've chatted with all those kids. So it was definitely different, but it was a lot of fun going up against him, and it was cool for our parents too because they've never seen it. So our families are very close. So I was happy to see how it went down, and it was cool to, face up against them.
Yep. Now, yourself, outstanding season at Monmouth, All-American status, certainly MAC Pitcher of the Year, establishing and beating out Pat Light's, single season strikeout record. How are you going to look back at the Monmouth, your time at Monmouth?
I'm forever grateful for it, to be honest. One, because it was close to home, and second of all, I got to play with my older brother for luckily 2 years when I was only
Right.
supposed to be one, but then COVID kind of changed that. So, I'm forever thankful for it because of the support I got from there was just like it was almost like so much that you were like, holy crap, this is insane. And I'm thankful that my parents got to come to every game. That kind of a tradition I do is I make sure to find them and I make sure to wave to them, whether I'm on the mound or not. I just always want to wave to them and thank them for always coming because they don't have to come, but it definitely means a lot to me seeing whether it be my mom and dad or my aunts and uncles, grandparents, they come out and I always make it kind of a priority to acknowledge them because I'm so thankful for them coming and I absolutely love the support I get.
Definitely. Now, this is a strange summer for another reason. Obviously with the draft coming, that's going to be an exciting thing. But you've always played in the summer. Last year at this time was really when you kind of established yourself nationally with being the Cape Cod pitcher of the year. This year it's different. You're not playing. So I guess my questions would be, how does that feel? Not being on the diamond right now, but also, tell us what you're doing to prepare for, the next chapter.
It's a little weird, like you said,
Yeah.
because I've never really been home and I've never really like focused solely on training. Like over the summer, I've always been playing. But right now I'm absolutely just having a ton of fun with myself. I'm going to the gym, working out with CJ, throwing. And my whole thing is when I get to camp, hopefully, I want to make an impression. Like, holy crap, that kid really worked his tail off over the summer and he's ready for it. But one thing I really love about it is I get to spend time with my family. This is the first time that I'm really home in the summer with them. So we're actually going on a family vacation this weekend, which my mom's got 7 brothers and sisters. So, there's going to be a lot of people there. So I'm really excited about it because I get to spend some really quality time with them before you know, hopefully my life changes forever for the good. And, I'm just taking it one day at a time and just, enjoying the moments because basically I'm not going to get this time back. And it's a time to kind of cherish in a sense because I want draft day to be really special.
Yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, we don't know how things are going to shake out on draft day. If you take stock in what you read and mock projections, you've kind of got that, third, fourth round, slot kind of, but obviously, I always think that means it could be second, it could be fifth, it could be, there are a lot of factors in there. What would you say to, you went the route of staying local, playing in the Northeast, other guys who, are in the same position, maybe don't get that national respect right away because, of where they're playing, but, to stay with their goals and realize that, you can make it from anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of realized that when you start to see names go off the board early in previous years when you're like, holy crap, they went to a small school too. It kind of gives you the confidence to be like, all right, you basically have to ball out. Like that's all you have to do. And you just have to focus on yourself in a sense. Like you gotta just keep going and kind of not listen to the outside noise in a sense. Like play for your team, play for yourself and go out and showcase what you got because at the end of the day, if you can play, you can play. And that's what I've really realized.
You know, part of trade day this year, part of your bump days were always that nice collection of scouts with the guns tracking every pitch. What enabled you to block that out and focus, on what was in front of you? And was that an easy transition, from, to, previous to to last summer to now where you were the guy this year?
Yeah, over the summer it was definitely new to me. See, one thing my sports psychologist told me was like, just pretend everyone's your mom and dad back there. Like everyone's just like it's your parents. Like no one's different from them. Like just think it's them. And that kind of helped me immensely because it was like, you know what, this is a game. Like what I do is what I do. I'm gonna go out there and give my best effort, and whether they like it or not is up to them. So one thing I really did was just say, you know what, everyone back there is my mom and dad, and I'm gonna have fun doing this, and I'm just gonna go out and, like I said, compete to the point where it's like you're gonna have to take me off the mound. Like just show what you got and make sure you're having fun doing it, because if you don't have fun doing it, it's really gonna eat you up. And that's one thing I really realized was go have fun and just be who you are. Stay true to yourself.
So really that mindset of, control what you can and I mean, and with the crowds there, nobody wants to see somebody do poorly. Everybody, they might not be your mom and dad, but they're definitely wanting you to, they want to see you do well,
Absolutely.
And I think coming from from the area, seems like a lot of people sort of were your mom and dad anyway, as far as pulling for you. I mean, when you see the reactions that you get from people in the community, it's got to be rewarding, like you're doing something right.
Absolutely, yeah. And like I said before, like Wall Township's really cool because it's like a tight knit group in a sense. Like everyone knows everyone, and there were so many people that came out to my games that I was like, holy crap, the support is unreal. Like it's so cool to see people just come out and kind of show that you have support, and especially being local, it's easy to do that. So I'm forever grateful for it.
Definitely. So we said the Dodgers, right? I mean, that came from your dad, I guess.
From my grandfather.
Okay. And he was from Brooklyn, so he was a Brooklyn Dodgers fan then.
So yeah, they lived here growing up, but he was a huge Brooklyn Dodgers fan. So then once they moved out to LA, they were LA Dodger fans, and then growing up, huge Clayton Kershaw fan. So that's kind of why I rooted for them.
You mentioned Clayton Kershaw. It's obviously we're on the brink of your pro career starting. It may be the Dodgers, maybe 29 other teams, but what other guys that you watch that you enjoy watching a lot?
I feel like Justin Verlander's definitely a cool one because he's been doing it for so long. That's obviously on the pitching side, but like the hitting side, I think it would be really cool to kind of like Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, like obviously all of them, but I guess like an under the radar kind of guy is like, I don't know. I don't really know, but like, I guess I can go to the Dodgers because that's who I rooted for. Like, I know all them. So like, I guess just most of the guys is what I would say. But Clayton Kershaw is definitely number one for me.
So you're, being Mr. Jersey Shore like you are, what are you going to miss most about really being away? Because that's going to happen.
Yeah, I would say my family and definitely the beach. But it's surreal because it kind of starts my adult life in a sense. Like this is kind of where I flipped the page. So I am really excited, but I am gonna miss my mom, my dad, my brother. They definitely mean a lot to me, and they support me all the way through. So they're only a phone call away. So that's what it is at the end of the day. But I am really gonna miss them.
You got to give us Trey's top 3 beach towns then, since you're you spent so much time down there over the years.
I would say Manasquan, Spring Lake, and I guess you could say Avon.
All right, so you're more Central Jersey Beach than South, right? I mean,
South, yeah, definitely.
You're not an LBI guy or even further.
No, see, just because we were so close here, we've never really. I've obviously gone down there a couple times, but it's always just been Manasquan and the local beaches.
Right. Yeah. You mentioned the family vacation. Is that, I mean, when was the last time you were actually able to do that? You know, again, not counting a trip to the beach, because it's not a vacation when you're that close to home.
Yeah, so it was funny. Over Thanksgiving break, we actually went down to Naples, Florida, because my family's huge Seton Hall basketball fans, and they were playing in Fort Myers. So we all went down there together and spent some good time, and it was a lot of fun. But prior to that, we went to Hershey in 2019. So this is kind of a family ritual for us, and me being home, I get to go on it this year. So I am really excited for it.
So they went without you, is what you're saying?
No, the last 2 years we weren't able to go because of COVID.
Okay, so this is our last chance before things change, and that's going to be
last rodeo.
That's right. Well, that sounds awesome. Certainly, we're excited for you. You've proven, locally, you've proven nationally, and opened a lot of eyes along the way. And we can't wait to see where the next chapter is.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm ready to show what I got in a sense. So I am excited for it.
Absolutely. Cape Pitcher of the Year in 2021, MAC Pitcher of the Year 2022, All-American, I think, second team this year. Trey Dombroski, one of the top lefties, one of the top pitchers in the country, pride of Monmouth University. And we look forward to seeing what happens in the draft.
Yeah, same here. Thank you for having me on. It was a blast. I love chatting.
Always. We'll talk to you soon, Trey. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.